What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Monday Night Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including a WWE star almost broke their back. This WWE star is doomed. The real reason why Solo Sikoa rejected the Bloodline. WWE wants Asuka back. What is going on with Carmelo Hayes? CM Punk wants to turn heel, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on our new Facebook page. Now, as always, we're not going to recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly from this week's edition of Monday Night Raw. As always, we start off with the good, as number one, a sensational segment. A Raw was main evented by Solo Sikoa being presented to the Bloodline, and the one desire fans had heading into this segment was for this to be a total swerve and for Sikoa to reject the Bloodline. Thankfully, that's exactly what happened. After LA Knight tried to come to the assistance of Sikoa, Roman Reigns demanded that Sikoa hit a Samoan spike on his new friend. In a moment straight out of Sami Zayn turning his back on the Bloodline, Sikoa spiked Reigns to possibly the biggest pop at 2026. This was without a doubt the right call from WWE's creative team, and now this sets the stage for Reigns vs LA Knight at Money in the Bank on October 10th. But did you guys also notice that Jacob Fatu did nothing to defend Roman Reigns? Is Solo Sikoa's attitude rubbing up on Jacob Fatu? Did you also notice how Jacob Fatu was a little bit miffed at the gift that Roman Reigns gave to the Usos, the Black Ulafala? Is it the fact that he only had a brown Ulafala, making him the enforcer, and not the Black Ulafala that makes the Usos the captains? Number 2, a timeless pro wrestler. Rey Mysterio once again turned back the clock on Raw. Mysterio had a TV classic versus Chad Gable for the Intercontinental title, and this match belonged on a PLE as it was that damn good. Gable continues to be one of the best pure wrestlers in all of WWE, and Mysterio is still showing that he's able to hang with the very best in the company. And also shout out to Rey Mysterio, who brought those Mexican colors back. Really reminded us of his old gear. And number 3, a battle for the future. Well, it's official, Obafemi and Bron Breakker will collide at Sunday night's main event next month. This was a match that seemed destined for WrestleMania, yet WWE is going all in on the rivalry. The promo exchange on Raw last night between the two was once again excellent, with both men proving that they're the future players for the company. If presented correctly, this could be one of the biggest matches of 2026. Will it go all the way though? But that was a good what about the bad is number 1, the presentation of Big Cass. Big Cass has been back on WWE TV for almost a month now, and it's time for some much needed character development. We still don't know why he's back in WWE and why he's specifically targeting the young OG Javon Evans. One of the ideas circulating on social media today suggests that Cass should join the Judgment Day. An alliance of sorts was teased on Raw last night, so this wouldn't be completely out of the blue. And number 2, Lyra loses? Lyra Valkyria had her first WWE match since taking out Bayley, and in typical WWE logic, she lost. Valkyria lost to Sol Ruka on Raw last night. This booking call has led to a ton of question marks. Has WWE already lost faith in the young star? Certainly appears that way. It was previously reported that WWE were planning on continuing the feud between Bayley and Valkyria. That's if Bayley had re-signed with the company. Naturally, it appears that Bayley has yet to put pen to paper on a new WWE deal, so this leaves Valkyria and a new character in a state of flux. Now, at least there was nothing downright ugly on this week's edition of Raw. The show did a very good job building up towards what looks to be an incredible Sunday night's main event. And hopefully WWE continues this positive momentum as we head towards a huge edition of SmackDown this coming Friday, as the WWE Championship will be on the line with Kevin Owens versus CM Punk. What do you guys think of the Red Brand this week? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, let's move on to the news. Now, first story looks at the real reason why Solo Sikoa rejected the Bloodline. Now, top story today looks at the real reason why Solo Sikoa turned on Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. WWE without question made the right call on Raw last night. It was reported last month that Sikoa as a babyface act was only supposed to be a short-lived project for WWE, but thankfully they pivoted and Sikoa is remaining a babyface moving forward. But in relation to why WWE decided to deliver the big swerve on Raw last night, there were 3 crucial reasons, as number 1, Sikoa is over more than ever. If Sikoa had failed to connect as a babyface act, then WWE would be completely justified in reverting Sikoa back to his heel status. However, Sikoa was incredibly over as a babyface and he was arguably delivering the best work of his career in the role. To undo this would make absolutely zero sense, and this would ultimately negatively impact his career trajectory in the company. Number 2, WWE knows it works. Now, whilst the angle last night on Raw has been praised, some fans have called out WWE for recycling the same angle time and time again. Some fans felt like this angle was way too similar to the Sami Zayn babyface turn from the Royal Rumble, and they aren't exactly wrong. The thing is, WWE knows this style of angle works, and they're likely going to replicate it in some way countless more times before the Bloodline saga finally comes to an end. And number 3, it builds up a PLE match. Now, WWE has several big matches on the horizon, and one of them looks to be Roman Reigns versus LA Knight at Money in the Bank. Now, we also can't rule out the possibility of Sikoa winning the Money in the Bank and potentially cashing it in during the match, which would of course create a shocking dynamic for TV moving forward. There's also War Games, which is quickly approaching, and we're likely heading towards a Team Reigns versus Team Solo matchup this year. Next up, CM Punk wants to turn heel. Now, could we about to see a game-changing heel turn in WWE? Well, CM Punk has been a babyface ever since he returned to WWE in 2023, and it turns out that the WWE champion actually wants to turn heel. According to Selfmade, Punk wants to turn heel again, and he's fully aware that he's going to be booed versus Kevin Owens. He'd love to be a bad guy again. CM Punk is extremely aware that he's going to be a massive heel in Toronto, and everything he's done in his promos was done with the mindset of, I'm going into Toronto as a bad guy. Now, in relation to why WWE isn't following this up with a heel turn, it's believed that WWE is under the impression that it will ultimately be a bad business move. However, it's possible that Punk also holds some creative control with his character, and maybe he feels that this is the best move possible. He might feel that his character needs a bit of a shake-up right now. What do you guys think? Should CM Punk turn heel? Next up, a former WWE name unhappy with CM Punk. As CM Punk's negative comments regarding Kevin Owens' weight didn't go down well with everyone last week on SmackDown, and one former WWE name believes that Punk took a major L with the comments. According to former WWE champion Jinder Mahal, Punk could have done something much better, and Punk has to be extremely careful as he's supposed to be a babyface.
To me, Punk took a bit of an L even going that direction. Yes, I understand. He's trying to take a personal jab at him, but give me something better, Punk. Give me something better. Like, dude, come on. The lines are so blurred between who's a babyface and heel as across the entire landscape in WWE, but Punk has to be a little bit careful in this situation.
Punk deciding to go down the route he did was definitely a questionable call. It was scrapping the barrel when it came to personal insults, and maybe Mahal is right. Punk definitely can do better than poking fun at someone's sides. Also, poking fun at someone's size seems like a very heel thing to do. Is Punk telling us something with that? Next up, a WWE star almost breaks his back. And one of the standout TV matches of 2026 so far was Javon Evans versus Penta. And whilst the match was incredible to witness, there was one spot in the match which caused a serious concern. A spot in the match saw Evans land awkwardly on the announce table, and it looked like Evans was legitimately hurt. It turns out that Evans was seriously injured during the spot, and he thought he had broken his back. Speaking to Chris Van Vliet, the young OG stated, I almost broke my back in that match too, so we did something to where we went onto the outside and I was going to try and go for a dive and hit the ropes, and he was going to like catch me and then throw me over the announce table, but I think the table was like not far. So like he tried to grab me and I tried to like post off his shoulder, but it just didn't go off well. Evans would add that the injury caused him problems for a number of weeks, but he was eventually able to work through the pain. Next up, WWE have given up on a star. Ilya Dragunov hasn't wrestled on WWE television since March, and a new report is incredibly concerning when it comes to his WWE future. According to reputable outlet WrestleVote, Dragunov's name hasn't even been brought up backstage, and it could be linked to WWE's Moneyball approach. I haven't heard his name in weeks. Analytics, man. They rely on analytics so much. And if these numbers look bad against you and not in your favor, they won't use you as much. Some of these guys are feeling the effects of WWE's new Moneyball approach. The report added that Dragunov barely has any merchandise and he simply isn't a priority for the company. His merch is nothing. He has 1 or 2 shirts, so there's no, man, I really like this guy, I'll buy his t-shirt. He's not a priority, we can say that. This is a damning report to say the very least, and wouldn't come as a shock to see Dragunov in the next round of WWE releases. I'm sure Dragunov knows what he's worth, and it's certainly not what WWE sees in him. Next up, what is going on with Carmelo Hayes? Now, Hayes' booking in WWE seems to be so off that some might think that he has heat in the company. Well, despite fans questioning his recent booking, Fightful select Sean Ross Sapp addressed Hayes' standing within the company after speculation that WWE's handling of him may suggest officials have soured on the former NXT champion. It was mentioned, "I never heard anything about him being viewed negatively backstage. He's always been referred to as dependable, professional, and with a lot of upside." The issue seems to be WWE's tendency to wait way too long before fully committing to certain wrestlers. That can create a lasting impression among fans that someone simply isn't viewed as a main event talent. And he also noted that Hayes was particularly highly regarded by Shawn Michaels during his time in NXT, although being one of Michaels' favorites doesn't necessarily mean Triple H sees him in the exact same way. Hopefully it's just a case of WWE playing the long game with Hayes, and soon enough, maybe next year, he'll be in the main event scene, as at least he has praise from people backstage. Next up, JANEL Grant hospitalized. JANEL Grant has revealed that she was hospitalized after suffering a serious fall at home, leaving her with a concussion, broken ribs, and a lung hemorrhage. Grant said that she tripped over a carpet runner while returning to bed, crashing into furniture and losing consciousness. She actually remembers little from the following days and was eventually taken to hospital after friends became concerned about her condition. Grant has connected her physical deterioration with the enormous personal strain she says she's experienced since 2022, that being the legal battle against Vince McMahon. During a hospital admission, questions about family, employment, insurance, and emergency contacts reportedly became way overwhelming, causing her to break down while receiving treatment. The hospital also carried painful memories from Grant's past, as her father passed away there too. But despite the severity of her injuries, Grant described the experience as something of a turning point, and at one point she mentioned, "I've never felt more alive." She has credited friends with stepping in and coordinating her care while she's still recovering, and the incident comes shortly after Grant's lawsuit against McMahon and WWE moved from federal court into confidential private arbitration. Next up, WWE wants Asuka back. Asuka's apparent WWE exit came out of nowhere earlier in the year, and now we know where Asuka stands with WWE. According to WrestleVotes, WWE absolutely wants her back, and when she's ready to return, WWE will bring her back into the fold. I know they want her back. I know this is not a closed door type situation. When she's ready, they're ready to get her back. She's one of those that can pop up at a moment's notice, and with her being back in the States, she'll let them know, "Hey, I'm ready to work again," and they'll be happy to take her back. It was also reported that Asuka is now working a part-time schedule, which of course means that if she does commit to a WWE return, she won't be featured on every episode of television. And finally, WWE is stacking Sunday night's main event. Our final story today looks at the card for Sunday night's main event and how and why WWE is going all out for the show. Last night on Raw, WWE confirmed that Oba Femi and Bron Breakker will collide on the show. This is potentially one of the biggest money matches in WWE right now. It's a major surprise that they're booking a match on a glorified TV special. This is likely due to WWE not having a traditional PLE next month, so this special is acting as the equivalent of a PLE. WWE also has Randy Orton vs Cody Rhodes on the show as a WrestleMania rematch, and WWE Champion Punk is currently advertised to appear. When it comes to Femi vs Breakker, it's been reported by Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio that the match isn't likely to have a clean finish. Whilst this may be disappointing to some, this is a match that neither man can currently afford to lose. They both need to be kept strong. It was also added that 2 more matches are expected to be added, with them said to be announced in the coming weeks. Which other matches do you see on the card? Let us know in the comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.